Reggie here, your friendly neighborhood bodybuilder and comic book collector, and I want to welcome you to another one of my videos. And I have to tell you, I have waited more than a week for all of the books that are sitting on my desk to actually arrive so that I could share them in this video. And let me tell you, there are some awesome books here. There are people out there that don't believe that there are still great deals to be had on comics, and I have to tell you that I just don't agree with that. While prices are high for a lot of books, there are still some great opportunities out there. You just have to sometimes look a little bit harder for some of those things. And while I'm not going to talk about the dollars and cents of my purchases, I will tell you that all of these books were purchased at or below the fair market value for them. And I am very excited about that because, like I said, things are a little crazy out there, but there are still deals to be had. Now, with that said, stay tuned for the video. So this first book that I want to show you, technically the first two books actually came from Coolest Comics. And this was originally an A-OK that he offered to send to me. I felt a little bad about it, and so I offered to give him something in exchange. So we did a little bit of a trade, if you will. I still think I came out on the fair end of this, but I am pleased that I was able to actually give him something that he wanted for his collection. And so the first book that I'll show you is one that he kind of gave me just to kind of throw in, and I thought it was cool. I thought it was a cool die cut. This is Spectacular Spider-Man issue number 223, and who doesn't love a red die cut spider on a comic, right? Who says no to that kind of stuff? So definitely a cool book. He sent it in Mylar, which is kind of cool, so I definitely appreciate that. And the book that he sent me is this one right here. It is Fantastic Four 53. It is the first appearance of Claw, and it is the second appearance of the Black Panther, and also the origin story of Claw and also the Black Panther. Really cool book right here. It is a 6.0 with off-white to white pages. At some point, I'm still going to get the first appearance of the Black Panther. I just think that book is too expensive for me right now. And here's the thing. This book has actually been on my want list. The first appearance of Black Panther has been on my want list since 2018, and I still have not purchased this book. And sooner or later I'll get it. I know that they're out there, and I've almost pulled the trigger several times, but I haven't. But I now have the second appearance, and the second appearance is very cool. So next, I'm actually going to open up some books that I ordered, and I want to say that it was Doug B, who writes blog posts for RegieCollects.com, that actually recommended this book to me. And in all honesty, it was not a book that I was paying attention to, but I'm glad that Doug actually directed my attention to this book because it's actually a solid book to pick up. A solid book, just like the first one that I showed you. The first appearance of this character, I think, is a little overpriced for me, and so I haven't bought it. But the second appearance was actually pretty affordable, and so much so that I bought two raw copies of Captain America issue number 118. A awesome red cover, and the second appearance of Falcon. So I saw this cover and I was like, you know what? This is an awesome cover. I was able to find these books on mycomicshop.com, order directly from their website. Even though they sell them on eBay, I was able to get them directly from their website for less money. So I snagged two copies of it. I think, again, Sam Wilson appears to be a really awesome character that I never really paid attention to before. That's why I don't have his first appearance and never really care for the character until I watched Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I watched that, and now I'm interested in both Bucky and Sam. So thankfully I was able to pick up two copies of his second appearance. I think it was a good move. Shout out to Doug and his blog post that he puts up that gives people some guidance on some great books to pick up. And I can tell you that neither one of these books has ever been pressed, and there are just ample pressable defects on both of these books, and both of them were basically put at a 4.0 by my comic shop. They tend to undergrade by at least a half grade. So there's some good possibility with those two books, and definitely happy to have both of them in the collection. Let's see which one. Let's start with this book. We're gonna start with this one. This is a raw copy of a Silver Age book that literally just showed up. Make sure you can't see. Just showed up at the house today. And this was the last one that I was waiting for. It has the price on it. Did not notice that. So this is X-Men issue number 7. This is the second appearance of the Blob. It is also the first appearance of Cerebro. Really cool book. I picked this one up from a local comic shop. I was too busy and too lazy to drive down, so I ordered it. They mailed it out to me, and this book actually has a really awesome date stamp on it of July 7th, which I think is really cool. So definitely pleased to have this book in the collection. It's actually a nice cover as well. They graded it at a 4.0, and I'm actually going to take a closer look at it here myself to see where I might grade it. So definitely pleased to have that book in the collection. A low number X-Men book is never a bad thing, and I am well on my way to basically having, I want to say, like the first 10 issues of X-Men. I've been quietly working on this in the background, so to that point, I'll show you this next book. This one is X-Men 3, and this is the first appearance of the Blob, and just a really cool book as well. I actually picked this one up about 2 weeks ago, and it's been sitting in the outer room waiting for these other books to arrive so that I could actually show it. This one is a 4.5 with cream to off-white pages, so definitely not the greatest page color, but definitely an awesome book to have in the collection. This book also has not been pressed, and so we potentially can get a little bit of a grade bump out of this one. I also don't feel like it's been cleaned either, and might actually benefit from a clean. So you never know what could happen with this one, but again, a really awesome book that I'm pleased to have in the collection. When it showed up, I couldn't help but smile because it's just an awesome book. So I should not have stacked those that way because I've actually just covered up the GoCollect giveaway book. So I want to unstack those so we can talk about this one. This is a book that I have personally wanted for my collection for a while. I never pulled the trigger. The shop that I got my X-Men book from, the X-Men 7, actually had this book. I ordered it. I wasn't certain if I was going to give it away, and I am now going to give it away. This is Superman's pal, Jimmy Olsen, issue number 134. This is the first appearance of Darkseid in cameo. Really cool book. And this book could be yours. Simply for watching this video, being a subscriber of the channel, this book could be yours. And so if you are interested in this giveaway, all you have to do is head over to the community tab. Once there, you scroll down on the page and you find the post where I'm actually talking about this book. There is a link. You click it, you go to MailChimp, you plug in 3 pieces of information. 2 of them are about you. 1 of them is a phrase that I'll give you in just a second. You plug that in, then you tune in to the Ready, Set, Go preview show on Sunday night at 7:30 p.m. Pacific time to find out if you are the winner. You have to watch the show. Not live, but you have to watch the show to find out if you are the winner, because if you are, you have 1 week to claim your prize, or we go to the next person on the list. The entry requirements are relatively straightforward. You have to be a subscriber of the channel, a resident of the United States, a resident of Canada, or have a mailing address in the US. That is essentially it. And this book could be yours in about a week. The phrase for this book is TV. Technically television. Television is the phrase for this. Why? Because Darkseid actually appears on a television in that panel. That was his cameo appearance, was on a little tiny television screen. So enter that in, and again, this book could be yours in a few days. With that said, I want to thank you all for taking the time to watch this video. I hope that you enjoyed it, and if you did, I definitely want to encourage you to hit the thumbs up button, leave a comment behind. If you need to reach out to me, feel free to do so on Instagram at Regie Collects. Take care.